Hey guys, it's Claire, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to meditate. Some things to implement to assist in learning meditation and getting into a practice. So you guys have probably heard so much hype about meditation. Everybody's doing it nowadays, and it is such an important tool for personal growth, for managing stress, for remaining calm, for keeping yourself together in motherhood or just in life in general if you have a busy life. And it is just always talked about and always recommended in daily activities to do for your well-being. But it's so difficult to know where to start, how to start, what meditation to do, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of things that you can try. Obviously, meditation is a very personal practice and you have to find something that works for you. So I'm just going to give a couple of little tips and tricks to try, and the key word in there is practice. Don't expect to sit down the first time and be an amazing meditation guru who has these incredible and spiritual experiences. It is a practice. It means that you are practicing it on a daily to get better at it. It is quite difficult. It is more difficult than you think to quieten your mind. We live in such a busy and fast moving society, and we're constantly thinking, we're constantly looking forward, we're constantly checking our phones, we're constantly always busy, and it's definitely a different lifestyle where we don't actually take slow moments to disconnect and connect inwards to ourselves. And that is where we find clarity within our life. It's where we come up with good ideas. It's where we check in with our emotions. So it's really important to be taking that time to quieten your mind. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is daily mindfulness. So maybe before jumping into a full-on meditation practice, you might want to try and start with daily mindfulness. So because every day we are going to be doing a whole range of different activities, and quite often a lot of those activities can be mindless things where we kind of just go about them, they're habits, they are really mindless things that we do, and we just kind of let our mind wander. Some of these things may be hanging out washing, making breakfast, brushing your teeth, walking to the bus stop. There's a lot of activities that we do in our day where we kind of are not present because we don't have to think about specifically what we're doing, so we just let our mind wander. These moments are perfect moments to practice mindfulness, to practice taking deep breaths in, to pay attention to your surroundings. And I always like to go through the different senses. So what can you see, what can you hear, what can you smell, what can you taste, and what can you feel? So that's, for example, if you are washing the dishes, you would be able to smell the dishwashing liquid, you'd be able to feel the water on your skin, you'd be able to hear the sound of the plates and the knives and the forks, you'd be able to see bubbles, dishes, maybe outside your kitchen window, all of those kinds of things. So you're just tuning into being in the present moment, you're tuning into the activity that you're doing, and just focus on slowing down your breathing and taking deep breaths. And if you do think thoughts, that's okay. Don't give yourself a hard time for thinking thoughts. Just try to tune into another sense and focus on something within that moment. Next, if you are getting into trying to make time every day for a meditation practice, guided meditations can be an excellent way to start. There is so many on YouTube. I will leave a link down below to a couple of my favorites, but these are just really good if you struggle to just sit in silence and try to quieten your mind. If you're not kind of in that habit yet, guided meditations can be a great way to start. You're still taking that time, you're still getting all of the benefits of meditation, but you can actually focus on someone talking and guiding you through it, so it is a lot easier. Next is if you were wanting to learn more of a specialized or structured practice. There are lots of different ones that you can learn, but notably some that you can learn is transcendental meditation or Buddhist meditations, which I'm pretty sure Buddhist meditation is like mindfulness as well. I mean, I'm not sure, I'm not an expert in that. The practice that I've learned is transcendental meditation. So that is using a mantra that is specifically given to you, and you do like a 2-day initiation into learning transcendental meditation, and you understand. And it is also the only meditation practice that has been scientifically studied, and all of the amazing effects that meditation has on our body, has on our organs and our brain, and all of those kinds of things is through my transcendental meditation. So, and there is a lot of really famous, renowned people who practice meditation, such as Jerry Seinfeld, Russell Brand, Howard Stern, Jim Carrey, Jennifer Aniston. Like, there are lots of different really famous people who absolutely swear by transcendental meditation. So this is a practice of meditating twice a day for 20 minutes and using a mantra to focus on. And yeah, I mean, it goes obviously much deeper than that, but that is kind of just the general basis of it, and that can be really good for building up into a practice and making it a habit and scheduling it in every day. The next thing is to schedule time for meditation as if though it is a non-negotiable. Just like you schedule time for brushing your teeth, just like you schedule time for having a morning coffee, or just like you schedule time to eat a meal. Scheduling in meditation is the best and most effective way to ensure that you do it, rather than just leaving it to when and if you have time, but actually trying to force it into one of your morning or evening habits or rituals or routines, and just starting off small. So maybe in your first week, just try to do 5 minutes a day, then try to do 10 minutes a day, and work your way up to however long you desire to meditate for. But making it a habit starts by actually making it a non-negotiable and putting it in your schedule. And the last thing is something that can just help you get into a meditative state all throughout the day, just whenever you remember, and that is deep breathing or parasympathetic breathing. Sorry if I've said that wrong, but just deep breathing, yogic breathing. It's the breathing that you learn about in yoga. It is just taking deep breaths, filling up your lungs, holding it for a few minutes, or holding it for a few seconds, and then breathing out. And making sure to check in with yourself really as often as you remember throughout your day, taking times to just take 3 big deep breaths in is awesome at resetting your nervous system and connecting you to yourself and grounding, and it's just a really good way to start being mindful of your connection to your mind, your body and your spirit. So those are some tips that I have about learning to meditate or how to begin a meditation practice. If you guys have any tips or things that have worked for you, I would love it if you'd leave them in the comment section below. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of video, thumbs it up so that I know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!